Hello, welcome to this week's Animal Totem readings. And I know it's not a Tuesday morning, it's a Monday late afternoon. Now, the reason for that is I've got a very, very busy day tomorrow, starting early, finishing late, so I wouldn't get a chance to do it. So to make sure that all you lovely people can get your weekly Animal Totem readings, I'm just doing it a little earlier. We're coming into the tail end of last week's readings, so it will still be exactly the same. Now, you kind of get a bonus day because Saida did her readings this morning, so you get another one in the evening, which is great. Now, I normally read from an animal deck, but I was actually intuitively guided to read from a completely different deck. Now, we are in the year of the wood dragon, so you've got this very Asian energy, you know, the Chinese New Year, and so I thought I'd read from a deck that's looks like this. It's the Foxfire, the Kitsumi Oracle. So what's this got to do with animals? Well, I know it's got Foxfire on it, but the Kitsumi, they're shapeshifters, so they're the realm of the shapeshifters in Chinese mythology. Now, if any of you have seen the film with Keanu Reeves called Ronin, then his adversary is, well, one of the enemies is a Kitsumi, the fox with the different eyes and all that ancient mythology there. So let's see, we've got a comment. Hello, beloved. Hold on a minute, aren't you driving? Anyway, thank you for popping in. So because we're using the Foxfire deck, what we're going to do today is, for those that want a personal reading, you can hashtag, make sure you put your name first and hashtag Fox for an individual reading for the week. Yeah, so I'll keep an eye on the comments for those that are coming in. Hashtag Fox for an individual reading. And even if you jump on when I'm, halfway through me doing the readings of the week, then we can, I'll keep that banner going so you can see what the hashtag is. But just make sure that you always put your name first, unless you willow and say Twinny, unless you've got something personable to me that I'll automatically know who it is. Then, yeah, your name so I know who it is. So we'll start the reading. So we'll start with Tuesday the 13th. And we've also got Valentine's this week. So, we love in the air. Although we should really, we should be able to share love any day of the year, not just reserve that grand gesture for one day. So we're starting with Tuesday the 13th. And it's amazing, we're already halfway through February. It's like, I felt like I did like the beginning of February, like last week. I mean, the time is just going so quick. So the first card for the week is number 12. Be still a while. So this is like this is a day of winter. This is what I feel. Okay, so I'm getting good. I like these days. So a couple of weeks ago, I think we had the day of tears throughout the week, but this is a day of winter. So tomorrow's going to be like a day of rest. It's almost going to be like things will drop off and go quiet. So the overruling energy for the day is one of pause and reflection. Winter's all about not planting seeds, just letting the land have a break. So this is about, it's not a day to manifest, put it that way. And let's see if there's anything. Yeah, so what I also feel is like with this golden bit here, I feel like if you've done some manifesting in the last 7 days, let it go, surrender it to the universe so that it can it's almost like send the order out That's what I'm feeling. That's what that pause is, rather than going, oh, well, asking for it again because it hasn't arrived yet. Just let it go and trust that it will arrive exactly when it's meant to. So that's what that day is about. It's a day of pause, reflection, and anything you've manifested, allow it to arrive. A bit like ordering from Amazon. You know, you don't tell Amazon how to deliver it to you, how quickly to deliver it to you. You just trust that they'll get it to you and it'll arrive exactly when it's meant to. So it's almost like this would be polar bear energy in regards to animal totems. So if I was using an animal deck, this would be polar bear. So that's Tuesday. So let's look at Wednesday. So this is Valentine's Day. So it'll be interesting to see what energy comes out. And this is the first time I've ever used this deck, actually, in regards to doing readings with it. So it's interesting. Now I've got the download for it. You know, I've got the intuitive guidance saying, look, use that deck. We know it's not an animal deck, but it's got an animal on it. Raw foxes. So we'll see what animals crop up outside of that. So the fox is like the hare. They're one of the only animals. They're the only two animals on the planet that I've found on every continent. There's the Arctic, because you get the Arctic hare, the Arctic fox, the desert fox, the desert hare, and every other land in between. They're very urban these days as well, you know, the urban fox. So they're very, very adaptable, which is why they're associated with shapeshifters in mythology. So this is for Wednesday. So this is about leaving behind what no longer serves you. Well, that's a really powerful one for Valentine's Day. So what this feels like to me, and the animal involved in this, as much as it's a fox and all the blue, this is going to be a water element card. So leaving behind what no longer serves. Oh, hi, Vanessa Vox, thank you. Yeah, so what no longer serves. So, okay, so the words I'm getting is barking up the wrong tree. So with it being Valentine's, if you've got someone you'd like to ask out on a date, or someone's asked you out on a date and it's someone from the past, that's a no. That's kind of like, because sometimes when you say no to when you say no to the past, what you do is break a pattern, which then allows the new to come in. And we often don't realize that. We often keep one foot in the past, waiting for the new to come in, not realizing that past is blocking the new. So whatever you're holding on to, any past loves, tomorrow is the day to let them go. So even if you don't end up on a date, it's the brilliant time to have a ceremony with yourself and say goodbye to all past loves. And I just feel like that's it, done. Cut it dead. Say goodbye to them all, saying you're done, you're done, you're done. Say it 3 times. And just let that past go. So it could be past relationships, it could be past careers, it could be whatever's past that you had passion for, time to let it go. I'm trying to think. This is challenging. I know my team are challenging me, saying, yeah, we're going to make you read a deck where the actual animals are there and see if you're in tune enough to allow that animal to actually come through a completely different deck. And I feel this is walrus for some reason. Not sure why. Got to go with that. Got to trust that. I think it's that because they've got these giant tusks that are good for cutting away. So yeah, walrus energy. So these cards are shape-shifting. So we've had polar bear, we've had walrus, which are both cold energies, which is interesting. So that's Wednesday. Thursday. So my beloved said hello, and I'm surprised you didn't do #Fox. So what have we got for Thursday the 15th? There we go. Immortality. So as souls, we live forever. We're energy, and energy can never be destroyed. It can only be transmuted. So on the picture, you've got a bluebird. To me, being English, I know it's not the exact bird, but it's like a blue tip, which is also associated with winter. Interesting enough. And my dad used to deliver milk, the old classic milk bottles with the silver foil tops, and the blue tits and the robins, they would poke through them to get the cream. So interesting enough, this is about always having faith that what you desire and what you've asked for from the universe will arrive. You know, the cat that gets the cream, even though this is a reference to birds getting the cream, but it's still that same analogy where today is about allowing yourself to receive what you desire. It's that belief. Belief is unlimited energy. We always believe in things until the day we die. So it's an undying energy. So this is about strengthening your belief. It's interesting enough, this dress to me looks like a rock, a red rock, which could be a ruby, but they're actually showing me like normal stones that you get on the floor, placing your dreams under that stone. So it becomes a concrete thing. It has weight to it. So whatever practices you need to do on Thursday to create that strong belief so that you trust that you'll get something you've asked the universe for. So it's about a manifesting day, the day of manifesting. That's Thursday. Something that you're passionate about. You know, this cherry blossom, this beautiful desire is base, and red is base chakra, so it's bringing something in, something you desire in the physical realm, and believe that you can get it. That's the day to ask. Thursday's a great day for manifesting. So it's, you know, that follows on from Wednesday. That was a day of letting go. This is a day of manifesting. Letting go of the old so the new can come in. That's the way of the world. It's the way of the universe. It's the law of the universe. Take that leap of faith and let things go. Right, Friday the 16th. Yes, there we go. Oh, the cards are jumping. They're really jumping. Jumping. This is delight. Although it looks quite a dark card for delight. You know, hair's all over the place. Looks a bit scattered. Looks a bit fraught. This is butterfly energy. You know, look at those wings behind her. And this is about a rebirth day, the day of rebirth. Energies are shifting quite quickly. So this is about coming out of that cocoon. Anything you've been manifesting or anything you've been, gestating, it's going to start coming to the fore on Friday. So there's a personal message for me coming in. So that's interesting that, you know, I'll share with them Aida later. There's a very yellow sun, the rising sun energy here, you know, the rising sun energy. This is a day of rebirth as well. So yeah, rebirth. So expect your emotions to be a bit high that day. You know, you see all this like fraught, scattered. When you're coming in a rebirth, like I actually had a rebirth yesterday. I was sick as a dog in the afternoon. Felt really rough. It just came out of nowhere. Lasted about half a day. Went to bed early. I was up at 2 a.m. to watch football, so I'm glad it had passed before then. And I also had a big healing today as well. So like I was giving someone a healing with a client. So I'm glad that all shifted now. So it's a rebirth day Friday. Interesting enough, it's the end of the end of the working week. Might feel a bit fraught, might feel a bit frazzled. There's big energies. There's a solar flare around it too. So you'll just feel a bit frazzled, and it just knows that it's almost being pushed out of this energetic birth canal, ready for a new stage in your life. You know, we're in alignment with a rebirth of the Chinese New Year. So we're going to feel that. We're going to get that on different days. I'm usually ahead of time slightly. Yeah. So Friday, a rebirth day. Butterfly, and because like around at the moment you've got these blue triangular butterflies, and basically it's a black butterfly with a blue triangle on its wings. Very beautiful, so keep an eye out for them. There might be a messenger from spirit, but rebirth is always a positive. So now coming into Saturday, this one popped, and then we get bringer of change. So you remember with the old is in with the new is another butterfly. But this is masculine energy. So this is actually, for me, this is actually whatever you started the cycle on Friday is going to continue into the Saturday, but it's going to be more physical realm. You're going to feel it more. whereas the Friday is going to be energetical, whereas this is going to be physical. So you might feel a bit off on Saturday, so get ready for that. You might feel a bit nauseous, which is the throwing up of the old energy. So drink plenty of water that day. That's the peacock. Interesting enough, that butterfly itself is known as a peacock butterfly. And the peacock is male, showing your colours. So when you rebirth, you're gonna have a new set of colours to show off. So make sure you honour that rebirth and honour who you are as this new shiny being. You're going to be encouraged to speak your truth of who you truly are, and that's how you strengthen that new version of you, by speaking those new truths, even though technically they're old truths. You've just removed a layer out of the way that brings this more integral version of you to the surface to show people. It's basically removing a mask that you show to people because you didn't want to be authentically yourself at that level. That mask is coming off, and that's a rebirth. That's what happens with a rebirth. We take the old mask of us and we more authentically ourselves, and sometimes it's about doing work for ourselves so we grow and we become a better version of ourselves for us, which is who we should always do it for anyway. So that's another butterfly energy. So Friday and Saturday, big changes. Sunday, see what Sunday comes. It's almost like it's being done in reverse. It's like cut cords, have a rest, then chat. Well, it's not actually, but it just started that way. You'd normally get the change, then the cut cords, and the universe does the way it's always meant to, in a perfect way. Everything's always perfect and divine in the way it happens. You always got to trust that. The Sunday, which is the 18th, something like that. Fleeting beauty, a beautiful orange, not orange, sorry, beautiful purple. I'm being shown the praying mantis for some reason on this. Saw one flying the other day. A lot of people don't realize praying mantises fly, and when they open their wings, they've got this beautiful red streak in amongst the green. So base chakra again, but this is also intuition. And it's almost like there's going to be some intuitive messages coming on Sunday, and they're just going to go like that. So it's almost like this is the reason praying mantis is coming in, because they sit there still, and then as soon as something comes up, so quicker than the human eye almost when they grab their prey. So get ready for these intuitive drop-ins, because they're going to come so fast. Get ready to pounce on them and utilize them, because intuitive drop-ins are really helpful. Might not be anything profound, but if it's something that has purpose, then it will become profound, as long as you take heed of it. It could be just like, oh, don't drive down the road today. And it'll come in so subtle, and if you don't heed it, you might go up in an hour's traffic or something like that. Just as an example. So get ready. There's going to be some very fast-moving intuitive messages this coming Sunday. It's almost like in this picture, she's almost got a wand, a hook. And if you look at the praying mantis, how they sit with their arms hooked. So when they extend out, like a chameleon's tongue as well, that they curl. The same with the butterfly's tongue as well, but they're not for rapid. But it's just that crunched like a spring, sprung like a spring. Sunday, and then we come to the final day of the week, and then I'll get on to the readings. One flew past me yesterday. They're stunning with the sunshine lightning up the vivid blue. Yeah, they're stunning butterflies. They really are. So there we go. So this is the Monday's, the noble one. Now, when I first looked at this card, it looked like a crow. And crows are about magic and the unknown. So it's going to be a really powerful day of the universe bringing something in from left field, something that you may have asked for that you've completely forgotten about. And it will just get brought in. Or a dream you've had 10 years ago is just going to, an opportunity for it is just going to appear So just that you can't miss. You know, we nearly always notice a crow when it flies in front of us because they're quite big birds, really, and they're quite vocal as well. So an opportunity might even come because this card's blue. If crows are actually really, really, really deep. They're not black. They're really, really deep indigo blue. Because you can see the shine on their wings, the sheen on their wings sometimes, and it shows that this deep indigo blue, which is the third eye, or even the crown chakra, depending on how you see that. And this is a communication piece from spirit. Again, these fleeting messages that come in Sunday. Well, this is like physical version, but it's not going to be subtle. It's almost like a phone call out of the blue saying, oh, I've got this opportunity you spoke about. I remember you saying about it many years ago. I actually ended up in a job with that particular instance that helped me emigrate to Australia. And I'd only been in a new job for just under 6 months. And I made a passing comment to a friend literally 4 years ago. And this is to a friend that was so forgetful, he barely remembers his own name. So the fact that he remembered something I'd said to him 4 years ago was just incredible. And the thing with that is, like, when spirit want you to have something, you can't miss it. It's not going to pass you by. So whatever's coming for you Monday is not going to pass you by. So have no panic. Just allow, trust, faith, and trust and faith. So so now, well, that's got through it quite quickly. Just to recap what the weekly cards are. So tomorrow we've got that Be Still a While, which is polar bear. Leave behind what no longer serves you. So that's Valentine's Day's card. That was walrus. It's almost like her two arms and that look like tusks as well. So that's interesting. And then Thursday was the blue tit, which they're a small bird, which is immortality, the infinite beings, belief, delight. And then that was like the first of the butterfly messages for the Friday. And then Saturday was another butterfly message, the peacock butterfly wings. So the masculine energies there, shining who you are. Fleeting beauty. So that's about the praying mantis energy and taking advantage of messages that are coming. And then again, the noble one, which is the crow. So we'll get on to those that have left a hashtag, which just Vanessa this week. So I think because I've done it at a completely different time, as much as I did put a post up to give people a heads up, people are busy in the day, working weeks all back to normal and everything. So just the one today, Vanessa. I get a feeling to leave those previous cards out, so you get a brand new card just for you. Let's see what's coming up. There we go. So you've actually got the fox. You've literally got a fox. So sunlight after darkness. So this is about, I feel this actually links into what we said about Valentine's Day is time to let go. Because sunlight will not come until you let go of the dark. It's almost like if you are your own world, which we are, but an actual globe like Mother Earth, it's almost like you've got a hand there holding the line where night becomes day. And you're keeping it in night, and it is not serving you. It is not helping you. Nothing grows in the dark except mushrooms. I don't even think they grow in the dark. They gestate in the dark, but you see them, they're always outdoors. So for your life to progress, for your life to grow, it is time to let go. I'm a poet, and I actually know it. I've written poetry in the past, been published. So sunlight's not coming in a way that you want it to become because you're holding on to the dark. This is a powerful message, but this is actually quite a powerful oracle deck. It's about shape shifting. So, yeah. Hopefully, Vanessa, that makes sense. as I'm sure it will. Blossom can only blossom during summer. Well, on that very strong, poignant note, I shall leave it there. So that's yeah. Now, for anybody that wants to book a reading with me, I'm pretty much booked up this week. Next week, I'm at the MBS. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are out. Thursday is the MBS is from Friday to Sunday. It's just that I've got to obviously we've got to prepare and set up and everything. And so I found out today there's currently 20,000 tickets already sold. So it's going to be a very, very busy event. If you haven't got your tickets already, I suggest you get them. Both myself and my partner Aida are doing readings there. Stand C09, which when you walk in, it'll be, I think, one of the first aisles on your left. Aida's launching her book there, which I believe she spoke about in the mornings live. We will be busy because they do have a psychic reading room there, and they can only cater for about, over the 3 days, about 1,000 people. So that means there's 19,000 people minimum that are going to go through those doors. Obviously, not everybody's going to have a reading, but people go there for a reading. And when the cheap room books out, you're left with those from the stand, but not all stands are doing readings because they keep it to a minimum so that there's not a clashing of businesses. So get in early, come and see us for a reading. We're highly experienced and highly skilled at what we do. We've both been doing it over 30 years. So that's 60 plus years experience between us. And we're doing deals as well. So, you know, we've got some good stuff going on, especially if you want one of Aida's books, because that's the launch. That is the launch. Well, until next week, it hopefully be back to normal next week, but like we are, you know, we're moving up to the sunny coast, so we're having to do a lot of traveling up there at the moment to view houses and stuff like that. So big changes right in the middle of big festivals. And this coming weekend, we're doing Burley markets might even be for the very, very last time, or the penultimate time at the most, because then we've got 2 weeks off because we've got festivals back to back. Then we're going to have to move to the Sunshine Coast, and then we'll be doing markets up there. So yeah, come and see us at this weekend as well at the markets while we are still on the Gold Coast. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate those that tune in. It will keep these going. And yeah, I'll see you again next week, maybe with a normal animal deck, or maybe again with the shapeshifters. We'll see what comes. Take care. Thank you very much.